I know. So we're going to start with these legs apart, like a wide plie, like a position 2. The ball is hanging down. The belly is in and up. The shoulders are back and down. We're going to reach the ball down and press it up, and bend and press it up. As you straighten those legs, I want you to feel the inner thighs, the glutes. I'm not bending from my back. I'm bending from my hips and my knees. I'm just getting a little bit of the blood flowing through the body. Not too hot this morning yet. A little chilly for me. 2 more. And I want you to hold this one down here and give me little pulses. And on the up, I want you to press into the ball with the heel of your hands, pulling that belly in a little deeper. A little slower for 4, 3, 2, and hold. Mirror me. Place the ball on your thigh. The arm should be long. The heel of the hands on the ball. Take the hand behind the head, and we're going to do a little side stretch as we inhale and exhale up. Inhale and exhale. Side stretch. I want you to make sure you're anchoring this hip as you're stretching up and over. 2 more. Inhale. 2, exhale. Inhale, 2, exhale. Take the ball behind you. Open up that chest and slide it to the other side. Hand goes behind that head. And I do a side stretch and a strength. Inhale, 2, exhale. Knees aren't changing. Hips aren't moving. Every move has a breath. It's an inhale to an exhale. And 3. Good. And 2. Last one. And 1. Bring that ball behind you. Straighten those legs. Now, take the ball out to the side. Sweep it around. Pass it behind you. Open the chest. Don't let the back arch. We're trying to stay as high as we can with that ball as we circle around. Now that switch, the other hand takes it. We inhale to exhale. Inhale to exhale. 2 more. Sweep it behind. And last one. Good. Step to the top of your mat facing me. Yep, you're going to pick whichever way you want to go. All right, so we're going to cross one foot over the other. If you have issues with your knees, I want you just to go down to your mat. We're going to releve, knees shift forward, our knees bend, and bring us down to our mats. Yay. All right, so let's take that ball right behind the middle of our backs. Make sure you have plenty of room behind you to lay down. We'll lift our hips up and put them down. Our legs are 1 fist width apart and hand over hand behind your head. So you're going to choose how far you go over. Let's just test the waters. Just go a couple inches over and then slowly bring yourself back up. Then I'm going to inhale over, exhale up. So as you're going over, you're stretching the rib cage, the chest, the shoulders. When you come up, it's a strength into the abdominals. Inhale over, exhale up. Can you give me 1 more? Inhaling, support that head with those hands. Hold it up, and we're going to do little marches. The right leg will lift, the knees over the hip, put it back down. And lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. We exhale, inhale. I'm moving slow with control and purpose. You got it. Lift and lower. I go for 4 and 3 and 2. Now hold whichever leg was just lifted. Now you're going to press it straight out as you come back into that extension, and then bring it back into center. We inhale. Now maybe that lifting of that leg or pressing that leg out doesn't feel good to the back or the hip. You would simply just tap your toes down and curl back up. And we inhale to exhale. 1 more. Hold it here. Switch the legs. Same thing. I press out as I extend. Inhale to exhale. Use the breath. Inhale to the nose, exhale through the lips. The opposite leg isn't flopping around, it's pressing into your center line. One more. Hold. Now, can you add the other leg to it? Oh, this is work for the abdominals. Tap your right toes down. As you lift them up, switch and switch. My head is being supported by my hands. I should feel no strain to my neck. Take your time. Stay not too heavy on that ball, but a little lighter. Can you give me 4 more? Can anybody feel their abdominals? And 3. Good. And 2. And 1. Both feet down. You choose how far you stretch over that ball. I like to remind people with vertigo that sometimes that can agitate that. So be careful how far you go over. Nod that chin to your chest. Take your hands behind your thighs and come up off that ball. Now I want you to slide that ball higher up. So now I'm going to go to the tippy top of my shoulder blades. I'm way up here. This is going to give more support to my head because I've got more elevation from the ball of my upper body. I'm going to draw those knees way in. I'm going to tug my shins towards my chest. Good. I'm going to grab onto my outside of my ankles. I'm going to zip these legs up nice and long. I'm going to give a little pull, bring me a little bit closer towards you. Good. Take the arms long, the legs straight up over the hips. If this does not feel good to you, you put your feet down at any time. We're going to start to pump those arms vigorously. On an inhale, we breathe. And on an exhale, we breathe out. And we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want you to hold lemons in those armpits. And I want you to squeeze those armpit muscles. I call it that armpit muscle, but you know it's the base of that armpit. It's the serratus anterior. Here we go. Now, if you want more variation, my right leg will come down. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scissor switch. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shh. Shh. One more each leg. Inhaling and exhaling. Hug it in and release. Hands go behind the head. Let's stretch out that midsection again. You're welcome. Draw that chin to your chest. Draw the knees back in again. Take 2 hands on your right shin and pull that leg towards you. Remember, if this is bothering your neck, get rid of the ball and lay the head down on the mat, or put the head behind the head, or put the ball behind the head like a pillow. All right, right knee in, left leg out. I'm going to pull this knee 2 times. Pull, pull, switch, pull, pull, and inhale, exhale. Again, you never have to have the leg fully out this low. You can press up higher. So pay attention to your back. If the abdominals are not strong enough, it will be very hard to keep your head like this, even though the ball is supporting it a little bit. So again, if you feel strain here, get rid of the ball, lie on your mat. You got 2 more. Pull, 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 pull. 1 more. Pull, 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 pull. Hug it in. We're going to reach the arms and legs out to a V. Hold it here. Arms are stronger, longer. Circle the arms, then pull the knees in. Inhale, hold. 2, 3, and exhale. Scoop that belly deep. Wrap those thighs and circle it around. Inner thighs activate. Glutes activate. Breathe. 3 more. Out. 2, 3. Bring it around. Just 2 more. Inhale. Thighs are wrapping. Belly is firing. Glutes are squeezing. Last one. Woo! We circle it around. Put your feet down. Hands go behind the head. And we'll stretch again. Good. Nod that shin to your chest. Take your hands behind your thighs. Come all the way up and grab onto your ball. I'm going to reach it out in front of me. My legs again are hands width apart. Connect the shoulders to your back. I'm going to inhale to start. Exhale, come halfway back. Pause. Inhale. Exhale, a quarter. And then this time I'm going to inhale on the exhale all the way down. Reach your legs long and reach the arms behind you. Good. Bring the feet in towards your seat. Bring the ball up over your chest. I want you to articulate your spine off your mat. So I'm going to tuck my pelvis, curl up vertebrae by vertebrae. Once I'm all the way up, take the ball underneath your pelvis. So shove it in there and then come down onto your ball. So the ball should not be in that lower back arch. It's right below that. I'm going to bring both legs straight up to 90. My heels are together, my toes are turned out, and my thighs are wrapping all the way down. We're going to take the right leg. It's going to lower down towards the mat. As it comes up, the other leg goes down. And switch. And switch. Every time I'm moving a leg, I'm moving from my center. So make sure the belly muscles are firing, arms are pressing down. I exhale every time a leg is coming up towards me. And I exhale, exhale, exhale. You've got it. And 4. Watch that back. It should not be moving around. 2 more. Last one. And the leg that's up to the sky is going to stay there. I add the other leg to it. I'm going to lower my legs to about 45 degrees for 3 counts. And then come right back up to 90. I inhale, 2, 3, up to 90. My pelvis does not go with me. Everything stays in and up. And I go down, 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 and lift. 1, 2, 3, and lift. 1, 2, 3, and 1, and 2, and 3. Now hold it here. Now let's go down in one big movement, 1 count down. And I'm going to pull up. 3, 2, 1. Inhale down. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Inhale lower. You're choosing how low is your low. Up, up to 90. 2 more. Inhale down. Exhale up, up, up. And last one. Inhale down. Exhale up, up, up. Hug those knees in. Yay. Take your feet to the mat. Bridge up for me. Slide that ball out and bring it up over your chest, 2 hands holding onto it. So your legs should be 1 fist width apart. Hips are up, belly is in. I'm going to inhale nothing. Exhale, articulate your spine back down to your mat. Take your time. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Now I'm going to retrace my steps to go up. I tuck my pelvis, I curl it, and I press through my feet to lift up. Inner thighs are still engaged. And I exhale, articulate vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down. Let's just do that one more time. Scoop, tuck, and lift. Inhale. And then we're going to exhale for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Hug those shins in. The ball's on your shins. If you would like, you can rock side to side, massaging the kidneys in your spine. And we're going to wrap up the ab series with the crisscross variation. So you're going to take the ball behind the leg that's closest to me. And if you got neither side real close to me because the way you're laying, pick a leg. All right, so leg closest to me, closest to the pole. It's going to go behind that knee. All right, hand over hand behind the head. My other knee is just hanging out with that other knee. It's just pulling in. I'm going to inhale nothing. Exhale, nod the chin to your chest. And I want you to come up until your shoulder blades are off the mat. Now we're going to press the free leg straight out. I'm going to take the opposite shoulder as thigh that has the ball and twist. I'm going to lift that leg up. I'm going to put it down. Come back in and bring it back to center. I'll rotate as my leg presses out. I lift up. I lower. I come back to center. If you need to, you can put the head down when you come back to center. Good. Lift. Inhale, fill it back up. Exhale. Elbows should be wide, chest open, shoulders off the mat. So curl up higher. You got it. Lift up. There's still that bowling ball on your rib cage. One more. Exhale. Lift up. Bring it back in and place your head down the mat. The knees can pull into your chest. And now take the ball behind the opposite leg. I just drop that leg over the ball. The other leg is parallel to it. Hand over hand behind the head, elbows are wide. I inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl the chin to your chest. I'm going to take the opposite shoulder towards that ball. I press that leg out. I lift it up to 90. Back out. Back to center. Lift, lower, and center. Exhale. Up, down, center. Rotate. Up, down, center. If you don't want to do part of it, maybe you don't want to do the up and down with the leg. Maybe you'd rather just take it out and come right back in. That works. You got two more. Exhale. This hip that you're twisting away from should not be lifting off your mat. Exhale. Lift. And then bring it back and release. Let's take the ball up over our chest. Now I want you to put the ball into your right hand and let the arms drop out to a T. And your knees are going to drop the opposite direction as the ball, but you're going to look to the ball. The shoulders are heavy. Now be very careful bringing those knees back up to center. Use the abdominals, pull that navel in and up, and safely bring the knees back up. Put the ball back up over your chest, and let's put it into the left hand. Open up the arms to a T. Let the knees flop away from the ball. You're going to look to the ball. And the shoulders stay heavy. Good. And let's bring it back up to center. Take your ball up to center and rock yourself up. Good. All right. So, hey, we're finally sitting up. Nap time is over. Okay, so you're going to take the ball and you're going to have it resting right on the mat in front of you with your arms nice and long. Belly's pulling in and up. Inhale, grow the spine taller. On the exhale, for every inch my ball goes forward, my belly button goes an inch backwards. Using your core, not your back, stack up that spine. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, scoop, round, reach. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale. Can you feel your abdominals zipping you up? We're going to stay forward here. And I want you just to press the heel of your hands into the ball and then release. And into the ball. Head is still heavy. My spine is still rounded. And every time I press into my ball, my abdominals are pressing in. My armpit muscles are firing. And you can give me a nice exhale to get all that air out of your center. And 3, and 2, and 1, and start all over by bringing that spine all the way up. Bend your knees and place the ball between the ankles. Now here's where we need to be really careful and mindful of what our back is doing and how it feels. So I'm going to come back onto my forearms and elbows. And I don't want you to have this caved in, right, shoulders and chest. I want everything to be nice and open, like you're squeezing the ball between your shoulder blades. Draw the knees in. Now you're more than welcome to do these circles with your legs bent just like this. I'm going to reach spine up. I'm going to take my legs towards the pole. Down, around, hold. Away from the pole. Inhale. Exhale. So maybe I want to make them smaller, maybe not as low. Maybe that will feel better to my back and hips. You can test the waters and go bigger after each side. When you're bringing those legs back up, use your belly. Try to look into your navel so your neck isn't going funky like this. Around and lift up. And one more. Inhale and exhale. I lower my legs and I bring myself up from my hands. How'd that go? Reach forward, slide that ball through the feet. Let the head and neck just hang there and bring yourself back up. Grab onto the ball and take the legs as wide as your mat again. Now we always want to focus on sitting as tall as we can. So the pelvis needs to be pushing down. This needs to be long, okay? All right, so hold the ball out chest height. We're going to reach the ball for the pull side of our mat. I want you to make a little twist here. The T is going to stay connected into your T. And then we're going to saw off that baby toe with our ball. Then we're going to bring it back up and back to center. Same side. Rotate, inhale, exhale. Good. Look at your back hand. Inhale up from your belly and then around. And inhale, exhale. Pause right now. The butt cheek that you're turning away from should be pushed down and heavy onto that mat. We bring it up and center. Take the ball behind you. Now the opposite hand's going to grab onto the ball. So every chance I can to open you up, I take it. All right. We twist. Inhale. Exhale. Soft your baby toe. Inhale back around. Exhale. Bring it up. Rotate. Think of spiraling taller or long around that barbershop pole. Bring it up. Let's just do one more. We'll inhale. Exhale. Inhale to exhale and release. Okay, take the ball by your feet and you're going to spin around onto your stomach. So if your back being in an extension like this is not good for you, I want you to stretch back into a child's pose while we're doing this next move, okay? All right, so take the ball in front of you and reach those arms long. Now, just because you're lying on your stomach doesn't mean your belly muscles collapse. So I'm going to pull my belly away from my mat, make a house for a mouse. My arms are reaching long. My legs are sits bone width apart. Lower back issues, take your feet further apart. Now I'm going to roll my ball without lifting my head. Roll the ball towards the crown of my head. My arms stay straight. Now my shoulders are connected to my back. Now I'm going to peel my chest off the mat. At the same time, my shoulders are going down and I'm squeezing my seat. I'm going to lengthen back out. Connect the shoulders to your back. Keep your arms straight. Lift your chest. The head along for the ride. So I should still be looking where my nose just was on my mat. And I reach it long. The breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lengthen. And one more. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lengthen. Now can you slide the legs together? Bend the elbows and hold the ball between two hands. And you're going to take those hands as high up your back as you can. But let the elbows and shoulders fall forward. Hold the belly in. Noses to the ground. We're going to kick our seat briskly 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Straighten your legs. The ball is attached to your heels, so it's reaching towards them. Come back down. Bend and kick. 1, 2, 3. When the legs straighten, the arms straighten. When the arms bend, the legs bend. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale. You're sliding that ball further each time. Come back down. 2 more. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Let your pelvis and hips rest on your mat. Last one. Bend. 2, 3. Reach. Bring that ball out in front of you. Put the ball to the mat and roll it away. All right, child's pose, and let's put that ball between the knees. How'd we do on that? We okay? All right. Fabulous. Fabulous. Okay. So I want to keep the ball between my thighs. I'm going to come onto my forearms, and I'm going to lower my hips so I'm in like a modified plank, and that ball is staying tight. So remember, a modified plank, you still want to feel the abdominals engaged, so I need to be low like this, but not arched. And I want you to flex your toes and see if you can drive those heels back and get your knees off the mat. If that's not for you, you keep your knees on the mat and the feet flat. Keep that ball nice and tight. If you can't get it tight enough, walk the feet closer together. Make sure the tail is tucked. Hide those shoulder blades by pressing your back up the ceiling. Now we're just going to lower the knees, don't move anything else, and then press those heels back. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lengthen. 2 more. Tap and lengthen. And 1 more. Tap and lengthen. Lower the knees. Flatten the feet. I want you to lower the hips all the way down to the floor. And press through those forearms. Shoulders are mounted. Gently pinch that seat. Good. And then onto your hands and walk them back into another child's pose. Scoop that belly and round the back. Good. Okay, let's go back into some more shoulder bridges. So let's work those glutes and hips. Of course, abs. Everything's about the abs. All right, so let's bring it down. And let's start with the ball between our thighs. And I want you to walk your legs closer together before you lay down. So you already have that pressure on that ball. If you need support coming down, hands behind your thighs. If not, I'll squeeze that ball as I control coming down to my mat. Arms will go long. I'll slide my heels a little closer to my seat, and the ball is tight. Tuck your pelvis. Lower back is lifting up. Mid back, upper back, freeze. Now, any variation I give you, if it does not work for you, don't do it. Holding this up, I'm going to kick my right leg out, squeeze the ball, release, put that foot down without anything else changing. Left leg, kick, belly goes in deeper. Press into the ball, release a little bit of that pressure, put that foot back down. That's our pattern. Kick, press, release, and bend. Kick, press, release, and bend. Kick. Shh. I'm going to exhale as I press into the ball. I inhale, kick, exhale, press, inhale, exhale. 1 more each leg. If this is hurting your back, just hold that bridge and squeeze the ball with us. And kick, press, in. Now fix that bridge. Get those hips a little higher. Make the legs a little closer together. I'm going to come down for 1 count, my whole spine. Come up on 1 count, squeeze the ball. So I lower, lift, and squeeze. Lower, lift, and squeeze. Inhale, exhale. Every time I squeeze that ball, it's inner thighs, it's glutes, it's belly. And if you can't get that squeeze, that means the legs are too far apart. Drive equally through both feet. And I come up and down, up and down. Squeeze. I should see those abdominals pulling in as you're lifting up. Hands are flatter, arms are longer. 1 more, hold it up. Release that breath. I'm going to squeeze that ball. 8, 7, abdominals, inner thighs, and glutes. BBT, butt belly thighs. 4, 3, 2. Now, can you raise your heels up? Same thing. I'm going to lower, up and squeeze the ball. Lower, squeeze the ball. If lifting those heels doesn't feel good, don't do it. I'm exhaling on the up. And 3, and 2, and 1. Hold it up, drop the heels, melt your spine down. Take your time, vertebrae by vertebrae. Hug those knees in. Yes. Well done. All right, now Hold the ball over your chest with 2 hands. Zip your frog to the legs on a diamond. So a frog is more like here, but I'm going to make my diamond a little skinnier. The ball is straight up to the sky, shoulders are down. You don't have to lift your head, you can just do the arm movement. I'm going to nod my chin to my chest. Exhale, the ball is going to go through the thighs, squeezing it. Inhale, return. Exhale. Inhale. I can also keep my head down. And boy, I'm still working my abdominals, trying to imprint my spine onto my mat. Exhale. Good. And I'm being very careful not to drag my head off. And I put my head down after each one to help my neck not feel strained. You got 4 more to go. I'm pressing into my heels. You can also put one hand behind the head if necessary. 2 more. Lifting up. I'm going to hold this one up. I'm going to pulse it through. Pulse it through. You're trying to hand that ball off to the person in front of you. 8. Again, if you need support, one hand at least behind that head. You got it. Here's 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. Here's 1. Head down. Keep the legs how they are. Put the ball into your hand closest to the pole. Reach that arm long against the mat. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of obliques here. So the opposite hand goes behind your head. You're going to curl that chin to your chest, and you're going to glide the ball towards the corner of your mat and then back in. And we glide it and back in. So it's off the mat, and I'm just sliding. You got it. I'm pinching the oblique that I'm gliding towards. 3, 2, and 1. Head down, ball into the other hand goes behind the head. Bring it back up, and glide. My elbow is just resting on that shelf. I'm exhaling as I reach that ball for the corner of my mat. Here's 4, here's 3, here's 2, and 1. Keep the legs like that diamond, but float the feet down to the floor, and let those knees just fall apart. Bring them back in and rock yourself up. Straighten those legs onto your mat. Now, if you can't sit tall with your legs straight, bend your knees, okay? Because we're going to do a rotation, a twist. I want you to bring that ball in towards your chest, ear, shoulder, hip in a straight line. I'm going to inhale, grow taller, and on the exhale, go towards the pole. 1, further, 2. Inhale, center. Exhale, 1, 2. The neck stays with the spine, so I don't keep turning my head, but my spine stopped. Exhale, 1, little further, 2. Make sure the abdominals are pulling in and up as you're twisting. Inhale. 1 more inside. Rotate a little further. Last one, and done. All right, reach for your toes, point those toes. I'm going to reach forward, squeeze into the ball with the sides of my hands, and that's to roll it all the way down. Keep the chin to your chest. Keep squeezing those inner thighs together, and we're going to lay all the way down on the mat. Hug those knees in, and place the ball behind both thighs. Let the knees fold over the ball. Arms to your side. Knees are way in. My back is really heavy on my mat. Now, the back will not change. We're going to tap our toes down. The pelvis didn't go with you. Draw it way back in. Reset. Take it down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Tap. Exhale. My arms are long. My hands are flat. Nothing else moves. So I should not be able to fit my hands underneath your rib cage when you tap your toes down. So if you feel your rib cage popping up, that's your back lifting off your mat. So maybe you shouldn't touch the mat. That's okay. Don't touch the floor if it takes your back with you. Now, if you want to have a little bit of extra work and you have a healthy lower back, you can take this tail off the mat and the knees towards your shoulders. That doesn't mean we go into our shoulders. We still exhale in, inhale down. Shh. 2 more. Shh. Use your breath. 1 more. Good. Grab that ball, and I'm going to roll onto my side. Now you can either stay right where you are, and our heads will be on different ends of the mat. That's fine. Or you can twist around or spin around and have your head on this side. Okay. I'm going to keep the ball with me in my hand. I'm going to line myself up the back of the mat. You can be on your hand like this or lying all the way flat, but your head must be supported. I'm going to slide my feet towards the top edge of my mat. My elbow is bent and the heel of my hand is resting on my ball. My shoulder, my top shoulder, is connected to my back. I'm going to pry my top leg up. And I'm going to sweep it forward, pressing into my ball. Press, press, release the ball, back, back, and forward, forward, back, back. Press your bottom leg firmly into the mat. And forward, forward, back, back. 1 more. Exhale, use your core. Now stack your legs. Take your top kneecap to the ceiling. I lift up, lies a feather. I press into my ball gently as I release. Inhale up. Now reach those toes longer, longer. Heel stack. 3 more. And reach, reach, reach. Lies a feather. Straight up. Reach it long. 1 more. Lies a feather. And reach it long. Now do a passe. Slide your foot towards your seat, but take that ball now and put it underneath the toes. I'm going to roll that ball out and then pull it back in from the abdominals. Press it out. Roll it in. The abdominals are working as we bring that ball in. Feel the length though as you press the ball out. We got 2 more to go. In and out. 1 more. In and out. Roll it back in so you can grab onto your ball and zip this leg straight up. Good. I want you to reach it towards me. Sweep it behind and back up. Reach it to me. Sweep it back. The ball is going to bring it back up. So I press into my ball, sweeping up. My glutes and my core are both engaged. Don't roll that hip with you. Pause. Pause. So I don't want the hip going like this, right? It's got to stay still. I'm going to go behind me, sweep around, squeeze into the ball to come up. Inhale, sweep around, exhale. Inhale, sweep around to come up. 1 more. Inhale, sweep it around. Bend your knee, place the ball back underneath that foot, and bring that leg all the way back out. Now sweep your legs back into a straight line, into a diagonal. I'm going to lay all the way down on my arm. Make sure your hips are stacked, okay? So you got to make sure this hip is on top of this one, not leaning back. I'm going to push my hand down into the mat to lift my legs up where they stay here. Stay right here. I'm going to do little circles. Forward and pause. Round to come up. Round to come up. Round to come up. Reverse. And round to come up. Round to come up. And 3, and 2, and 1. Now hold the legs up. Roll onto your stomach, keeping the legs up. Make a pillow, hand over hand on that mat. Pull the belly button away from your mat. Legs are still lifted, ball is still tight. Now we're going to squeeze into that ball with little pulses. Pulse, 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 pulse. Every time you squeeze that ball, you're squeezing the seat, you're pulling the belly in deeper. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to do 10 and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the legs. Bend your knees. Grab the ball. Put it behind one leg. The other leg will go straight. The other leg stays bent. Belly pulls in, shoulders and neck are relaxed. Flex the foot that has the ball. Squeeze into the ball and release. And these are tiny squeezes. If you go too much, you're going to get a hamstring cramp. So it's a tiny squeeze and release. Tiny squeeze and release. It's 4, 3, 2. Now keep the pressure on the ball. Keep your hips on the mat. Can you lift that thigh up an inch and down? If it doesn't feel good to your back, you don't do it. Belly's pulling in. Squeeze that glute. And 3, and 2, and 1. Straighten that leg. Grab the ball. Put the ball behind the other leg. If you'd rather do without the ball, that's fine too. All right, so don't have that bent knee way out there. Make sure you're still pressing into your center line. Pull the belly in, squeeze the ball, and release. When you squeeze that ball, your abdominals are contracting. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze. This hamstring is my weaker one. It does not like this morning at all. And 2. Keep the pressure on that ball. We'll lift up and down. Shoulders, be aware. Relax them. The work is in the glute and in the core. And we go for 3, and 2, and 1. Grab that ball, lengthen those legs, and stretch back in a little child's pose. And then we're going to take our heads to the other end of the mat, and we'll do all that all over again. All right, switch. So you're going to line yourself up with the back of your mat. We okay so far? Okay. Make sure the head is propped up onto the hand or laying flat on the arm. The ball is right by me. The heel of my hand is on. Shoulders relaxed. Now slide your feet to the top edge of the mat. So I made a 45-degree angle. Yep. Neck is nice and long. I don't look at my legs when they're kicking. I'm going to lift my top leg by pushing my bottom leg down. I'm hip height. Then I'm going to go forward, press the ball, stretch back, nothing. I exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, shh, back, back. Now make sure when you swing back and you really can't see where that leg is, you don't want to feel that. You want to open that hip straight back in line. One more. Exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. Stack your legs. Top kneecap rotates to the ceiling. Lies a feather up. I press into my ball, coming down. Inhale, up. Exhale, your abdominals go bam. Lift up. Feel like you're sliding a penny with your big toe along a wall in front of you. Give me one more. Now bring that knee in like a passe. Put the ball underneath that foot. Now make sure you're not leaning back like this. Hip over hip, belly pulling in and up. We reach long. Reach long. Pull it in strong. If possible, the knee is to the sky. 3, 2, 1. Grab onto the ball and bring that leg straight up. Woo! I was back like that. Everybody else catch themselves? I'm like, whoa. Okay, swing that leg forward towards me. Sweep it back. Squeeze the ball coming up. Forward, around, squeeze the ball coming up. Inhale, exhale. Okay, pause. Reverse it. Come back. Belly brings it up. Behind, inhale. Exhale up. Behind. One more. Make sure the glutes involved here. Woo! Now bring that leg straight up. Put the ball underneath the foot again and roll it out. Sweep your legs back behind you in a straight line and lay all the way down on that arm. Make sure again your hips are stacked and this bottom rib cage here is pulling almost away from that mat. So there's nothing dead weight except when I have my bottom leg pushing down. All right, both legs lift up, shoulders are down. Now circle towards me, round to come up, round to come up, round to come up. And now reverse it, please. Squeeze your bum, belly, inner thighs. And 3, and 2, and 1. Keep the legs lifted. Come back onto your stomach. Keep the legs lifted. Make your pillow. Bend your knees this time. So bend your knees. Yes. Take this off. All right. My knees are out. My heels are pressing in. Pull your navel away from the mat. Relax your shoulders and see if you can lift the thighs off the mat and return. If you'd rather have your head and chest lifted a little bit, that's fine as well. Shoulders are down though, and you are working those glutes by lifting and lowering. Keep the ball tight, and I go for 4, and 3, and 2. Hold this one up. Lengthen your legs, squeeze your bum, and release. Stretch back, child's pose. Oh, we really like child's pose today, do we not? Okay. So I'm going to keep that ball where it is, between my ankles. I'm going to go out into a plank. I'm going to go to a full plank. You can be forearms, you can be on your knees. If at any time during a plank your back starts to hurt, you've got to get your knees down. Okay? Reset, come back up when you're ready. So you pick where your arms are. You can also be that modified member. Knees can be down. So I want you to roll the ball with your right foot towards the knee and down. Do that again. Same side. Shh. I'm exhaling as I roll it. Shh. One more. Shh. Pause. Make sure you got all your critical connections. Armpits are firing. Belly is in. Thighs are squeezing. Roll the other side. 4. Pause. Roll 3. Pause. Roll 2. Pause. Roll 1. Lower to your knees. Flatten your feet. Hips are lower. Hands are a little closer. Tricep push-ups, you're welcome. Bend the elbows towards the rib cage. Press back up. Inhale. Exhale. Watch your shoulder placement. No arching of your backs. Remember, your butt shouldn't stay here as you come down. You should have it pulled in. Belly button goes with you. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Curl those toes under. Knees off. Pike your seat up. Walk your hands back a big step, maybe even 2, and try to get those heels pressing down more. So think of the back more in a long diagonal. I want you to lift your heels, but change your spine to a C curve as you lift your heels, and then press those heels back down flat. It's almost like a cat-cow pose. Exhale, round and lift. Inhale, lengthen. 1 more. Exhale, round and lift. And exhale. Go back onto your knees and stretch back. Release those wrists. So my palms go behind me, and I make cups with my hands. You got it. Okay. Onto your seat. You're almost there. Less than 10 minutes. Does that make you a little bit more like, okay, I can do this? All right, now, teasers are hard. And if your back feels strained and the abdominals aren't ready for this, you're going to put that ball right behind you. I still come up in that same diagonal. I come down into my ball, and I work coming up. That's a modification. I'm going to start here. Here's my boulder. I like to use the ball as a boulder. If you can't come back up without momentum, don't go all the way down. So I'm going to exhale, hold the air out. My arms stay straight. I nod my chin to my chest, eyes to my navel. I find that lower back. Inhale up. That was a rough inhale up. Exhale down. Woo! Support that neck. Eyes to belly. Lift up, 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 and down. So again, if you're catching yourself with momentum on counts 1 and 2, it's not going to get you stronger. You have to fight. Yes. Yes. Beautiful. Good. Roll it back down. Exhale. Let's add on. We'll come back up. Inhale. Stay up. Grab onto your belt. Exhale. Inhale. So I'm not sitting like this and let my abs go on vacation. I'm back here, right? And I'm exhaling up, inhaling down. Exhale. Legs together if you'd like, the next version. As my arms come up, I kick one leg out. We see how my thighs stay together? I kick the other leg. And put the ball behind you if you need it. How about both legs? Up, just tap your toes. 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Feet down. Roll it back. For 4, and 3, and 2. Stretch the arms behind you. Let your back arch. Slide your right leg straight out, nice and long. You can keep your head down, or my arms and leg are going to crunch up, touch the ball at the shin, and bring it back down. The opposite leg is pressing into the center. No momentum. Feel your muscles working. 4, and 3. Don't drag that head. Be careful lifting. 2. Hold this up. Press into your shin into the ball. Bend the other leg and zip it straight up next to that leg. Now the right leg stays. Got it? Left leg, right arm. Move it. Back up. If your head is lifted, you better have eyes to belly, shoulders off the mat. And good thing class is almost over because that sun has went up, I swear, 10 degrees since when we started. Because we're going to jump into the pole next. And 2, 1. Hold it. Switch. Here we go. Whoop. Left arm, right leg. And lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Now we're retracing our steps on this side. So I will be bending that knee and lowering and lifting this leg. 3, 2, 1. Bend that straight leg that doesn't have the ball down to the mat. Reach the arms up. I'm going to reach my arms back, my leg out, crunch up. So we just reverse the order on this side. Inhale. Exhale. Your leg that is not moving needs to press into your center lines. I'm seeing a lot of these other legs that's bent, flopping away. Feel like my hand is against your inner thigh. It's pushing into it. 2 more. Lower that head. Lift the head and crunch. And 1 more. Lower the head. Lift up and crunch. Hold this here. Give me both legs pressing into that ball. Grab onto that ball. Hold it there. And let's take the legs out to a V. Squeeze and come back in. If your neck is getting cranky, put your head down. The focus here is the inner thighs coming back in. Inhale. Resist. Inhale. Resist. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Bend everything in. Head down. Let's look to one side of our mat. Let's look to the other side of our mat. And rock ourselves up. And you're going to kneel facing me. Woo! Okay. We got this? Yeah. Are you questioning yourself? You look good. Stronger you today. All right, so I'm going to take this leg and mirror me out. Zip everything up. This hand has the ball. It's going to mirror me. Now, right now, I feel this hamstring and glute engage. It's holding me there. It's stabilizing. I'm pressing my hips forward. I'm going to wrap my free hand around my rib cage, and the ball is going to stretch for a second. I'm like, how did you get two balls? Come back out. Now take this hand around. Don't take your hip with you. Little side mermaid stretches. Wrap this hand back around. I stretch to my straight leg. Okay, now this time I'm not going to wrap. I'm going to come down to the mat. I'm going to slide this foot a little closer. Heel of my hands on that ball. I'm going to lift this leg, woo, up and down. So what muscles are working here? Yeah, of course, abs. Yes, always number one answer. And the answer is, how about the outer thigh, the glute here? Yeah. 4, not easy. 3, especially in the angle that we're in. 2, and 1. Now, bring this arm here. Pass the ball. Pass the ball. Now, make sure you've got room for this. So if you're like, come here. Hold. Tip that teapot. Squeeze. Come back up. Fingers are dangling. Pass the ball. Tap it to the floor. Pass the ball. Tap. Squeeze. Yeah. You get it on the squeeze? Yeah. And tap. Squeeze. And bring it up. Okay. Other leg. So close. So close. Mirror me. I hear a bee. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Am I all right?
Yeah.
I know. I saw my piece. Bring it out. Wrap it around. Remember, the hips don't go with you. You're like going over a railing. Inhale. Exhale. This one here. Hand goes behind my head. I push those hips forward. Yes. And I lift. Oh. Yes. Is this your weaker side? I bet you one side's harder to lift than the other. Good job. Reach those toes long. Shh. And 3. Woohoo. And 2. And 1. Now make the ball lighter. Pass it. My fingers should dangle. Now in a side stretch, now this muscle here. See, the ball can touch. Good. Fingers. Now squeeze everything you got. Neck in line with your spine. Fingers dangle. Tap. Woo! Squeeze. Don't you love that? It's like doing side sit-ups on the short box. And bring it all the way up. And let's do mermaid. So come on to this hip for me. I'm going to let my legs come apart like this. I'm going to put the ball on this side. Now you'll be very, very careful when you're stretching out like this, that this shoulder is not on the next zip code away from your body. Okay? So I'm going to take this arm parallel to the other arm. I come back up. Do that again. Inhale. Anchor this hip right here. Anchor it down. Now use this to pull you back up. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Hook onto your back shin. Grab onto your ball. And side stretch. And release. Swing your legs around. Make sure your core is engaged when you're moving around. Okay. Here we go. As I'm stretching over, I anchor the hip and the glute I'm stretching away from. I squeeze that lemon with that armpit. Inhale over. Exhale, use your breath. Big inhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale, grab onto that back shin, grab onto your ball. Stretch. Lovely. Come into a quadruped position, hands and knees. We're done. We're done. We're done. Put the ball between your thighs. We're just going to get up off our mats. Curl the toes under so you can see your toenail polish. Press your heels down and walk your hands to your feet. Head is heavy. Now dangle, but make sure you're holding your spine from your core and pull yourselves all the way up. For 4, squeeze that ball. 3, 2, and done. All right, good job on the pole. It got hot.